Yo, check it. In the world of tech giants, there's one battle that shook the entire industry. But for a minute, nobody was really talking about it. A hidden war with stakes so high they'd blow your mind. We're talking over $2 trillion, fam. No joke. You probably didn't even know it went down. But trust me, it did. This ain't just another boring corporate drama, nah. This is straight up power, crazy money, and the future of gaming itself. So, how did a video game, a cultural phenomenon like Fortnite, dare to go head-to-head with Apple and Google? And the biggest question, did Epic Games, the creators, actually lose this epic clash? The answer, my dude, is way more complex and kinda wild than any headline ever told you. Welcome to Titan Clash. Today we're diving deep into the $2 trillion battle you didn't know about. This is the Untold story, the behind-the-scenes madness that totally reshaped the app economy. Get ready to see the real cost of digital dominance and what it takes to fight for freedom in a digital walled garden. Seriously, the impact of this war echoes through every app on your phone, every digital purchase you make. So buckle up, fam. This is a story of pure defiance, insane ambition, and a revolution that played out in courtrooms, a clash of actual titans, where the prize wasn't just cash, but who controls how we use our tech. Let's rewind to where it all kicked off, the crazy rise of a game that changed pop culture forever. It all starts with a game that was, quite frankly, unstoppable. Launched in 2017, Fortnite wasn't just another game. Dude, it straight up exploded onto the scene. Its unique mix of building and battle royale gameplay hooked millions. Everyone from little kids to big-name celebs. This wasn't just a game, fam. It was a full-blown cultural phenomenon. It was everywhere. With hundreds of millions of players and billions in revenue, Fortnite was changing the whole damn game industry. It totally redefined free-to-play, proving you could offer insane value without a hefty price tag up front. Epic Games, the developers, became a powerhouse. They weren't just making games, they were making digital history. But this wild success put them on a collision course with the two biggest players on the planet, no joke. We're talking Apple and Google, the ultimate gatekeepers. They control who gets to reach billions of phone users. At first, it looked like a normal business beef. A little spat over money, some fine print stuff. But nah, things escalated fast. This wasn't just a dispute, it was a full-on ideological showdown. And the stakes? Way higher than anyone imagined. We're talking about the future of digital commerce and fair play. See, Apple's App Store and Google's Play Store rake in insane cash. They take a fat cut from every single digital transaction. For years, developers just rolled with that 30% commission. It was the cost of doing business on these huge platforms. But as the mobile economy blew up into trillions, that 30% started feeling less like a fee and more like a straight-up tax. Epic Games, with Fortnite's insane popularity, felt they finally had the muscle to challenge this old-school system. They believed it was a monopoly, pure and simple, unfair, anti-competitive. This wasn't just about Epic saving a few bucks. This was about freedom for developers, for players, for everyone. The low-key tensions simmering in the dev community for years were about to explode, thanks to a game that dared to break ranks. Every app developer, every startup, every tech entrepreneur was low-key watching, hoping someone would finally shake things up. And Epic Games, with Fortnite's massive influence, stepped right into that spotlight. They were ready for a fight. The question wasn't if things would blow up, but when, and how crazy it would get on the world stage. This gaming giant was about to drop a bombshell, a strategic move that would send shockwaves through Silicon Valley. It was a calculated risk, a direct challenge to the big dogs, designed to force a confrontation. And nobody, not even Apple or Google, truly saw how intense this battle would get. Get ready, because the gloves were coming off. And the whole damn world was about to watch. This wasn't just business, this was personal. On August 13th, 2020, Epic Games said no more. They launched their own direct payment system right inside Fortnite. This let players buy V-Bucks directly from Epic at a sweet 20% discount. No middleman. The crazy part? It completely skipped Apple and Google's payment processing, and that massive 30% cut. It was a blatant, in-your-face violation of their rules. Epic knew it. They planned it. This wasn't a mistake. This was a bold, strategic move. A digital declaration of war. And that, fam, is when the real battle began. The tech giants were not having it. Apple responded fast and hard. Within hours, Fortnite was straight up removed from the App Store. Poof, gone. Millions of iOS users just lost their favorite game. The message was loud and clear: play by our rules or get out. Google, not wanting to be left out, did the same. Fortnite was banned from the Google Play Store. What happened next was a wild legal and PR showdown that would challenge the entire mobile app ecosystem. But Epic was ready for this. They instantly launched a massive social media campaign, #FreeFortnite. They even dropped a savage parody of Apple's iconic 1984 commercial, painting Apple as the evil big brother. This wasn't just a business fight, it was a battle for public opinion, for the hearts and minds of every gamer and developer. Epic played the underdog card perfectly, fighting for freedom against big bad tech monopolies. The gaming world was legit stunned. Fortnite, a global titan, was suddenly kicked off 2 massive platforms. But that was just the warm-up. The bans were only the first shot in a much bigger, high-stakes war. What unfolded next would fundamentally change how we see tech giants, gaming, and how we spend our cash online. This wasn't just about Fortnite anymore. This was about principles. This was about power. It was about who calls the shots in the digital world. This wasn't just about Fortnite losing some access, nah. The true prize was insane. The entire $2 trillion mobile app market was on the line. No joke. That's how much the app economy was worth in 2020. This wasn't a small skirmish, it was a full-blown war for control of a digital goldmine that's still blowing up. If Epic won, it could totally break that 30% fee. It would set a precedent that could dismantle Apple and Google's whole app business. Imagine the ripple effects. Every app developer could bypass the stores, meaning cheaper apps for us and more cash for creators. But when you mess with 2 companies that control billions of devices, the consequences are straight up unimaginable. So what if I told you this war wasn't just about money? What if it was about something way deeper? Control. Who gets to set the rules for the digital world? Who owns the customers? Who calls the shots for every single app? Apple and Google fiercely defended their ecosystems. They said their 30% cut was fair, covering huge costs for security and innovation. They claimed they were protecting users from bad apps and keeping the platforms high quality. They built the gardens, so they made the rules. Epic, on the other hand, argued this was a straight-up monopoly, a digital chokehold that was killing innovation and choice. They were fighting for an open system, where developers could talk directly to their customers and handle their own payments. This was a clash of titans, yeah, but also a clash of totally different ideas. Closed systems versus a free, open market. And the whole world was glued to their screens, wondering who was actually going to win this crazy poker game. Apple and Google were fighting to protect their multi-billion-dollar monopolies. Epic was fighting for its freedom, and for all developers. The outcome of this battle would literally shape the future of digital commerce and how we get our apps. A win for Epic could mean cheaper apps and more cash for developers. A win for the tech giants would cement their power for decades, keeping them as the ultimate gatekeepers. This, my friends, was the true $2 trillion stake. Everything was on the table, and the courtroom was about to become the ultimate battleground. The digital world braced itself. As the drama unfolded, it quickly moved from public opinion to the serious legal system. Epic Games slapped both Apple and Google with huge lawsuits, accusing them of all sorts of anti-competitive moves. They argued Apple's App Store was an illegal monopoly, stifling competition and forcing devs into unfair revenue splits. Apple fired back hard, dude. They countersued Epic for breaking contracts and demanded insane compensation. Full-on legal war. For Google, it was a bit trickier. Android is open source, so you can sideload apps outside the Play Store. But Epic claimed Google still had massive control, making it basically impossible for devs to truly bypass the Play Store. These courtrooms became wild stages for this corporate drama. Every internal email, every deposition, all the financial dirty laundry was aired. This wasn't just a corporate clash anymore, it was a full-blown war for the future of digital commerce playing out live. As the lawsuits piled up, everyone was watching closely. This wasn't just about Fortnite anymore. This was about every single developer, every small studio, every indie creator who wanted control over their cash, over their digital destiny. The huge question hanging over the whole thing: would Fortnite win this fight for freedom, or would Apple and Google's monopoly stay unchallenged? The legal system was tasked with a huge decision. Were these tech giants breaking the law or just protecting their business? This turning point meant tech power was getting scrutinized like never before, not just by us, but by the highest courts. The outcome would ripple far beyond gaming, setting precedents for how digital marketplaces work globally. It was a moment of truth, a pivotal showdown that would decide the balance of power between huge platform owners and creative content makers. The stakes were set, the arguments were made, and the whole world held its breath for the verdict. Now, if you just read the headlines, you'd probably think this was a total loss for Fortnite. I mean, they got kicked off the App Store and Google Play, right? Millions of mobile players gone. On the surface, it looked like the tech giants totally won, defending their digital castles. Case closed, right? But here's the kicker, fam. What if I told you the real victory happened way after the headlines faded? Epic Games didn't just lose, they fundamentally changed the entire conversation around App Store money. The lawsuits, win or lose, forced Apple and Google to defend their practices publicly under oath. This transparency exposed internal secrets and arguments these companies never wanted anyone to see. The court cases got insane global media attention, putting that Apple tax and Google tax squarely in the spotlight. This public pressure and legal heat sparked a wave of investigations and new laws worldwide. Countries like South Korea passed specific laws targeting App Store monopolies, directly inspired by Epic's bold fight. The European Union and various US states also started drafting laws to curb the power of these tech giants over digital markets. Fortnite's battle wasn't the end, dude. It was just the beginning of a much bigger global movement for App Store reform. They forced Apple and Google to rethink their old-school policies, to look at other payment options, and face growing legal pressure. The ripples of this fight are still felt today, shaping the future of digital commerce for everyone. So, did Fortnite really lose? Or did they snag a strategic victory in ways nobody saw coming, changing the industry forever? The short-term hit of losing App Store access was real and costly, no doubt. But the long-term impact on the industry? That was a massive win for developers everywhere, pushing for a more fair and open digital world. This wasn't just a fight for Fortnite's cash or Epic Games' freedom. This was a fight for every developer, every gamer, every tech user out there. The $2 trillion battle for the soul of the app economy is far from over, and the impact of this war will echo for years to come. Epic Games took a monumental stand, challenging the biggest companies in the world. And by doing that, they opened the door for a potentially fairer digital future. Their defiance forced tough conversations, sparked crucial investigations, and inspired new laws globally. That's huge. The legacy of Fortnite's stand isn't just about a game, it's about the pure power, dynamics of the internet itself. So, what do you think, fam? Was Fortnite's bold stand worth all the drama and cost? Did Epic make the right call taking on Apple and Google? Drop your thoughts and wild theories in the comments below. We want to hear your take on this epic clash. If you dug this deep dive, smash that like button and share this video with your gamer buddies and tech nerds. And don't forget to subscribe, Titan Clash, for more untold stories, corporate thrillers, and deep dives into the biggest games and tech battles. Join the clash. Be part of the truth. Until next time, stay legendary. Peace out.